Palsy. It's basically a brain injury. Humor. I work at Loyola Coffee. It says not broken on the front. We're all the same. Just because I'm on a wheelchair doesn't mean I'm any different than any of you.
Hey, welcome to Cakes and Conversations. I am excited to be in the state of Maryland today with my friend Carley. Carley, do you want to introduce yourself?
Hi, I'm Carley. I'm from Maryland, and you said I'm really excited to be here today. I am Carley McGovern, and I'm 36, and I'm from Annapolis, Maryland. I love people, I love my family, and I like to have fun. I love to hang out with friends or swim in the pool, or just, I like to go to concerts too. I love music.
Carley, tell them what we're making today.
We're making a coffee cup.
Yeah, coffee cup. But do you like coffee?
No, I do not like coffee.
No, she don't like coffee, but we're making a coffee cup. Why?
Because I work in a coffee shop. I work at Loyola Coffee as a coffee caller, which is the person that calls out the orders when your order's ready.
How comfortable are you with using a knife?
Not at all.
Not at all.
I can do hand over hand.
Okay, tell me, what do you mean hand over hand? Like with my hand in your hand?
Yeah.
Okay, so is that the best way for us to work together today?
Yeah, probably.
You told me that you went to college.
Yes.
What was that like for you?
It was not easy, but I made it through with lots of help from my family and friends. So, because I needed to have an aide to live with me at school, and other people helped me with my homework, and it took a lot of people.
Were there people who thought you couldn't go to college?
I'm sure there were.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where'd you end up going to school?
Loyola.
Loyola?
Yep.
Oh, that's easy school, right?
No, it's hard.
Super hard. Were there other people at school like you?
No, actually, I was the only one. Actually, there was one other girl. She also had CP too.
What is CP?
It's Cerebral Palsy. It's basically a brain injury that occurs before you're born, or either during or before you're born. So it affects everyone differently. Like, I can't walk. I have a friend that has CP that can't talk. Some people can't walk, so it affects the brain in different places. So depending on where it affects the brain is how you're gonna be affected by it. Does that make sense?
Totally. In what ways does it affect you?
Well, I can't walk. I need help in almost everything in my daily life. And yeah, I help. I can't drive. I can't fix my food. There are a lot of things I can do, but I try not to focus on it.
Tell me what you can do.
I can work.
Yeah.
Yeah. I can encourage people. I can talk to people. I can help people with whatever they need by talking to them.
What we're going to do is stir this. Is this a hand over hand as well?
Yeah, I can.
You can do this?
Kind of do this.
What kind of things do you like to cook in the kitchen?
I like to make brownies usually because it's easy. It's like 3 steps, and I can do that pretty much with help. I can't really cook because I don't want to be in the stove with fire and stuff. So yeah.
So because you would be concerned that you'd burn yourself?
Well, I wouldn't be, but people like my parents would be. So yeah.
Because they want to protect you?
Yeah.
How you feel about that?
Sometimes good.
What do you love about you?
That I'm just so I think I'm really friendly and just to have a good time and laugh and just enjoy life.
You stir and I'll spin. How about that? Look at that. Teamwork.
Teamwork.
So you swim also, right?
Yeah, it's just kind of hang out in the pool. I wouldn't really consider swimming. I just kind of float around.
You float around the pool. You like the water?
Yeah.
You ever float around in this water out here?
No, Gross.
All right, Carly, now what we're gonna do is pour in our Rice Krispies. Do you wanna try that or you want me to do it?
I'll do it.
All right.
I'll try.
All right, so we're going left hand on this side.
Yeah.
You got that there? What's the number one thing you like to do for fun?
I like to go to camp.
Yeah. Camp?
Yeah.
What camps do you like to go to?
Hope Hills and Camp Martis.
Can you tell me about Hope Hills Camp?
Of course I can. Hope Hills Camp is a camp for families with disabilities. It could be any type of disability, from like car accidents to CPs or whatever kind of disability you have. But that one's for families, and it's really awesome. I love it a lot. I love Catherine too a lot, and Jay, and John too.
The whole family.
Yep, the whole family. You know what's really cool? I can find it. They don't do it. Hope Hills Camp is like each week is a different disability. So like I went on my friend in wheelchairs. Like they separate.
A whole week?
Yeah, they separate it out by disability. There's like 9 weeks.
So what is that like for you when you're at a camp and everyone there uses a wheelchair?
It's pretty awesome.
It is pretty awesome?
Yeah.
What makes it awesome?
Because we're all the same. So like we don't have to worry about what people think or whatever.
Hey, if you've enjoyed getting to know Carly today, if you would hit the like button below, or if you want to know more stories like Carly's or even Hope Heals that we talked about, any of the other shows, if you hit the subscribe button and the bell next to it, it'll send you notifications of when our next video comes out. And would you right now comment below and give Carly a shout out? She'd love to hear from you, so in the comment section below, blow it up. Let her hear from you and give her a shout out of all the things you've loved getting to know about her today. Have you used a wheelchair all your life?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
Would you say that your wheelchair confines you or gives you freedom?
Well, I used to think it was confining, but I never saw a friend that said it the other way, so I'm gonna go with her way. It gives me freedom.
So tell me wheelchair etiquette. How should somebody, when they approach you
Yes.
as someone who uses a wheelchair, how should they function?
They should just come to me, but if I'm not raised up, you want to sit down because it'd be kind of awkward if I was sitting and you were like staying there, because it's just awkward sometimes. Depending on the situation, obviously. Like if we're in a mall, it's fine, but like if we're like sitting having a conversation, sit down. Cause a lot of my friends, I'm the lucky one that has a chair that raises up, but a lot of people I know don't, and they like it when you sit down.
So Carly and I are working in the kitchen, and I don't want anybody to miss this. She has an incredible wheelchair. I mean, it is raised up, so we're at the same height. Now, if we're real honest, that doesn't take much to get to my height, but she does have a really incredible wheelchair that will raise up and lower. Tell me more about your chair.
It raises up, like you said, it raises up and lowers, and it also has lights on it. For when I go outside, I can see in the dark kind of.
Okay.
With lights. And it tilts back, so if my back gets tired or whatever, I can tilt back and just chill. Mm-hmm. It's really cool.
It is pretty cool. One of the things that I've learned because I have a good number of friends who use wheelchairs is a wheelchair, many of our friends would say, is an extension of their body.
Yeah.
Would you say that's...
Yeah.
How do you feel when people lean on your chair?
See, if you're my friend, like, I don't care. If someone screams, come up to me and do that, I'd be like, please don't do that. Like, but if we're friends, like, I don't care.
Right. If you are making friends with someone who uses a wheelchair...
Always ask them first before you just do it.
That's great.
Don't assume it's okay. Ask them first.
Carly has to adapt to the world that she lives in. That a lot of times our world wasn't created with you in mind.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, that buildings maybe you go into.
Yeah.
Or don't get to go into.
Yep.
Tables.
Or you have to go in the back way to get to the table if you're going to a restaurant. Cause like some of them are not accessible in the front, so they take you through the back of the restaurant. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
I know what you're saying. Tell me about that. How does that make you feel?
That's kind of, I'm used to it now, but it's kind of, first it was kind of annoying, but I'm used to pretty much everything by this point.
If you designed a restaurant, would you go in the front door or the back door?
Yeah, I'd go in the front door.
Yeah, you would. When the person designed that building, what do you think they thought about you?
They didn't probably think about people with disabilities at the time they were designing it.
Yeah. I would encourage everyone, how about tomorrow? Spend your whole day and consider every building, every room you walk into. Would it be accessible for friends like Carley? Would it be a place that she could easily get into? Would it be wide enough? Would the tables be high enough or low enough? Would there be a ramp? Would it not just be conducive for her to get by, but a place where she'd be comfortable? A place where she could thrive. And consider that in every room you walk into, every building you go into tomorrow. And let's all commit to being better together. Let's commit to stacking hands and really go hand in hand and creating a world where everyone belongs. And if you have questions about that and you're going, I don't know if this would be great for Carley. If somebody was wondering that, what should they do?
Just act, reach out to someone that maybe everyone knows someone that lives here for whatever reason. So just find someone to ask.
Yeah.
Because I don't mind talking about it at all. What will make it easier for me. I don't mind talking about that stuff. And I'm sure other people don't either. So.
Just ask.
Yep.
What's your favorite thing to watch on TV?
Let's see, I watch a lot of YouTube actually.
Yeah? Other than watching Crispy King, which is probably her favorite show on YouTube, what else do you watch on YouTube?
I watch Fathering Autism. It's
Fathering Autism?
Yep.
Huh.
Have you heard that?
I haven't.
It's about this family that had a girl with autism, and they just filmed her and her life and their family's life.
What do you learn by watching that show?
Just how she lives her life, because she's nonverbal, and so it's really interesting for me to watch because I just want to learn more about her and how she. If I met her, I want to know how to communicate with her. But yeah.
Don't miss what Carley's saying. Rewind this right now and watch it again. What she is saying is she is watching a show because she's a learner and she wants to learn, how can I communicate best with this young lady?
If I ever were to meet her, this will never happen, but if I ever were, I want to know how to communicate with her.
Be a learner. Do what Carley's saying and study and figure out what is it you can learn so that when you do meet someone who might be nonverbal, someone who might use a wheelchair, someone on the autism spectrum, maybe someone with Down syndrome, someone...
I have a ton of friends with Down syndrome right now because of my work.
Yeah.
So I have to learn how to communicate with them too because I work with them every day. Well, every time I work with them, so...
And you learn a lot about them, don't you?
Yep.
Yeah. Be a learner. So I'm going to put butter on your hand.
Okay.
Let's do this, and we're going to work this together. It's like getting a manicure with butter. You like manicures?
I love manicures.
Yeah, you do. There you go. That's it. Perfect.
My fine motor skills aren't very good.
How does that impact you? You said your fine motor skills aren't that great?
I can't write, I can't draw, I can't do it. I can't really shape things myself. So it kind of impacts me because I have to ask for help a lot.
Yeah.
Do almost everything. Mm-hmm. So.
Are you good at asking for help?
I think I'm pretty good now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I've been doing it all my life, so.
Yeah.
I'm used to it.
What a great skill set. So if you were to ask Carley, if Carley went in for a job interview, one of the things I would say that she brings to the table is the ability to ask for help. I
don't always like to ask for help, but I do it anyways.
You do it because you need to.
Yeah.
But some of us need help and we still don't ask. What a great skill set. Learn how to ask for help. Can you tell me about a time that someone maybe assumed the worst or assumed you couldn't understand?
Well, a lot of times when I go to restaurants, they talk to my parents and not me. Because they just don't know. So they just assume that I can't order for myself, or like I can't order whatever I want. So, and that's annoying because I can order whatever I want, or I can talk to them, or they talk to my parents or caregivers before they talk to me first. Talk to me first, and then if they don't understand what I'm saying, because I am hard to understand sometimes if you don't know me, ask my caregiver after, or like after repeat what you asked me before.
Why do you think people don't talk straight to you first?
Because they assume I don't understand because I'm in a wheelchair. Because they just don't know.
What should people assume about people who use wheelchairs?
Assume they can understand before you assume they can't, I guess.
Tell me about Biddy and Beau's.
It's a place that employs people with disabilities. It's really awesome.
What have you learned in your time there?
That everyone can do everything they want. Like, it's really awesome that I can have a job that's, like, for me. Like, I didn't have to tell them I need this help, or they already did, like, there was no, like, learning curve, I guess. I mean, there was, but I don't know. I've had other jobs that were a lot harder to do. And this one's not easy all the time, but it's like, there's no, because we all have disabilities, so it's a lot easier environment to be in.
Yeah. Would you say some of those other jobs were harder because people didn't know how to create accommodations and spaces for you?
Yes. Yep.
Yeah. At work, what accommodations inside Biddy and Beau's? Because it's not a big place.
No.
So what accommodations help you?
They put the coffee cart at the end, so I don't have to like bite through everything, and that's really nice. And the cards help, so I don't have to remember everyone's order, which is super nice. So, and just the way that everyone has like one job they do. Like, we don't really switch. We kind of just do our one job and that's it, which is really nice.
Allows you to get better at that one job and feel more confident?
Yep.
Yeah. Oh yeah, here we go. That's looking like an Americano.
Yep.
Or a cappuccino. What coffee, do you make coffees? What's your role at work?
Oh, my role is the coffee and call, which means I get to call the orders when they're ready. So when you guys went there today, you should get a card.
One of the things at Biddy and Beau's is when you place your order, they give you a playing card. Today I had an 8 of diamonds when we visited Carley's Biddy and Beau's here in Annapolis. And it's such an incredible tool and accommodation for their employees, all of whom have a disability.
Yes.
And so what happens is when the order is ready, what do?
Call out.
So you do the 8 of diamonds and then they bring up the card.
Yep.
And you match it up, and when they match up, you know it's the correct order.
Yeah.
One of the things that is really neat about this is it eliminates having to read the name on there.
Yep.
It even eliminates having to communicate verbally. Because the cards alone, even though that Carley yells it out, the cards alone match up, and it's a creative accommodation so that everyone who works there can serve in this role. And continue to find accommodations throughout your day. If you're a parent, find accommodations for your own kids at home. If you're an employer, whether you would say your employees have a disability or not, find accommodations that help everyone thrive. And if you're an employer and you don't have employees with disabilities, you're missing out on people like Carley who can work at your company, your organization, and not just get the job done because she is a college graduate. She is able to do all of these things, but just needs some accommodations.
Yeah.
and see what would that look like for your organization, your company, your ministry, to bring along people like Carley, people with disabilities, create some accommodations so that everyone has a place to belong.
We're all the same. Just because I'm on a wheelchair doesn't mean I'm any different than any of you. It just may take me longer to do things, but so what?
One of the things that was pointed out to me, and it is such a learning moment, was that I typically, when I see a coffee mug, put the handle on the right side. I'll be honest, I don't know why I do that. Maybe because I'm right-handed, but we didn't put it on the left side of this mug. And Carley works best with her left hand.
Yes.
Can you tell me a little bit about both your hands and how they work?
This one doesn't really work that well, I guess, because affected by the CPU more. So this one works best for me. It always just has. I don't really know why, it just always has.
Does it work? Has it worked the same your whole life, or has it gradually gotten worse?
This one's works the same.
Okay.
My whole life.
And so she works best with the left. So if I was more aware, if we're honest about what's going on, we would have taken this handle and moved it over here to the left side. So that's what we're going to do now.
Okay.
Luckily, it's pretty easy to move that right now. But even if it's not easy, it would have been worth starting over in order to create a cake that really reflects who she is and what her gifting is and how she functions.
Like this.
Yeah. I'll move it closer.
What?
Yeah, right in. What do you think?
Yeah.
Who is someone who is a hero to you?
Catherine Wolf and my parents, but Catherine Wolf's pretty up there.
What makes Catherine and your parents a hero?
Well, Catherine is a hero because I just get along with her so well, and she has physical disability just like I do, and her mind works fine, and so that's very rare for me. I don't have a lot of friends that have disability whose mind works fine, and then their physical. We just relate a lot of our life together, and she just has done a lot of great things, even though she has a disability.
What about your parents?
And my parents are here because they try to do everything they can to make me happy and succeed. So they're pretty awesome.
Carley, I noticed that when I went to Biddy and Beau's today, they had two main slogans, kind of like on shirts and hats and everywhere. Do you know what those are?
Not broken and radically inclusive.
Yeah, not broken and radically inclusive. What does that even mean?
It means not broken just means we all have disabilities and we're not broken. We can still do anything, even if we have disabilities.
Yeah. And radically inclusive?
I think it means everyone included. That's what I understand it to mean.
Yeah, I love the radically part, because inclusive might mean, oh, we have one person here who has a disability and that's a nice thing. But what we want to do in the disability community, in our community, is move it from a conversation of being nice to needed. Let's go nice to needed. That's radical. It's radically inclusive, where we're not just including saying, hey, you can hold the door open. We're being radically inclusive. That's what's happening at Biddy and Beau's, and they're saying, hey, Maddie, make the coffee. Hey, Heather, work the register. Hey, Carley, we want you to be the face that communicates with our guests and hands them their coffee, giving them the ability to not just be included, but really belong.
Yes.
Carley, we did it. We made an incredible coffee mug right now.
Yep.
I want you to tell them a little bit about it.
It says, not broken on the front and has a coffee swirl on the top.
Not just Carley, but friends like Carley are not broken.
No, we're not.
That they're created just as they were meant to be created and perfectly made, fearfully and wonderfully made. And not just this creation, but really every creation is beautiful, because we believe every creation is beautiful and everyone deserves to be treated like royalty. So let's start treating. We'll see you in the kitchen.
Can I say my favorite Bible verse?
Yes, please.
It's Philippians 4:13. I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. I love that verse. It's just like a reminder for me.
What does it mean to you?
It just means that I can do all things through Christ to give me the strength to live every day. And have a great life.